truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could go bad for you. Hit like, comment, subscribe, you know what to do. Be cool, city lights shining so bright. Fine dining nights feels right. Flights to places far from sight. Get right, ruthless truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could go bad for you. In the city where we move, stay cool. Underneath the neon glow, life is fast but take it slow. Every moment like a show. Let's go. Dancing through the night, we got energy flows we can't hide. Feel alive, we outside. Moments fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Moments fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Ruthless fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Ruthless truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could bad for you. In the city where we move, stay cool. Stay cool.
Hey, nobody bigger than the program.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the show. So today's topic is pretty clear. And, I'm talking about the men today. You know what I mean? I've been on the women. Let's talk about the men, right? Men want to be providers. When they date a woman, they show a woman that they're able to take care of them, able to, be there for them. Men do all these things to show a woman, right? At least the woman they want to marry or want to be in a relationship with. They do all these things to show them, like, look at me. I am him. And that being him is being a provider, which is part of taking care of that woman. And then we'll turn around and say, I don't want to be used. And that, to me, is where I think a lot of delusional men are caught off guard when they find out that their women was only using them. I think men are in their ego, right? We think that because we good looking and we got swag and we can take care of somebody, or we can fight or whatever, right? We think that women look at us as a person of morality, character, a good guy, right? And say that's what her ideal man is. And I'm here to tell you that the woman's ideal man changes in the moment. It could be several things, but one of the main things they look for is money. And then they look for status. And then they look for sex. They look for things that benefit them. How can I benefit from this man? When it comes to going into a relationship, so that means you're looking to use this man as a means to an end. And that is part of it. And they might like your character, but what do they like your character for? Women like your character to see if you are suitable to give her the things she wants without question. And that to her is a suitable man. It's not necessarily because you make her laugh, even though that's cool, but it's not the, it's maybe get your foot in the door, but it's not the deciding factor whether she's going to be your woman and, give you that chance to serve her, right? But she's looking for the man who's going to serve her in a way where she feels she's benefiting, and that has nothing to do with character. Now, there is a small portion where she's making sure to see if you're submissive, or see if you see if you have potential to be submissive to her demands and her expectations, And this is why a lot of women are dating and letting the expectations be known, so that the man that does take on this said mission understand that you need to serve her the way she wants to be served. And meeting expectations mean you need to do everything as possible for her to elect you as her maybe potential husband or potential boyfriend, whatever she has in mind for you. And this is how women select in the process. It is not, she's not getting with you not to use you. She's using you for everything she needs to be. We both use each other, right? We both use women, men, we're using it for access to sex. Women use men for access to sex and resources and protection and other things, right? So women just want more in what they look at men. And men, we want less. We just want pretty much the sexual access with exclusivity. That's what men, for the most part, ultimately want, right? They want to access a woman in a relationship for sexual access and exclusivity. And within that, they want the lines of respect. They want cooperation. They just want the simple things. But women, they look at men as, access to sex, money, and other things they want from him, emotional intelligence, whatever it is she's wants in the package, right? It's a package. And that's where women look for men in that state. So that's where we look different. And so at the end of the day, we're using each other. Men, you are being used. No matter how you want to look at it. And then we set ourselves up to be used even more. When we are very generous or very chivalrous, it only makes us look more usable. Right? Women look at us as, if they can get benefit, can they benefit? And you being extra nice or you being chivalrous only makes it easy for her to, establish her dominance, to establish her, what she wants for you. And I really want to help men understand that the woman you want to take care of, you're signing up to be used. You're signing up for this. Men are signing up to be used. And they get bad when they find out they get used. And then they call the other men, oh, you a trick, or you get used for your money, the resources, and everything else. She's using you. Because if you do not provide those things, she will get rid of you. Eventually, she will get rid of you. Women want a man who provides for them on all levels. Now, are there a few women out here that will take care of a man? If, there are some outliers, very rare, but ultimately, women on a large scale are looking for a man they can use in their benefit to get things from him. If that man does not have that, what the complete thing, sometimes they give it time for him to get to that point, But if he doesn't get to that point, then they'll move off of him. They will move on and be happy ever after.
Guy wants to be a great husband. If you don't, then there's probably something wrong with you, and you will never have a great marriage. So how do you do it? How do you have a great marriage where your wife treats you like a king? Well, she will automatically do it if you treat her like a queen. Do you? The Bible says in 1 Peter 3 verse 7, husbands, live with your wives in an understanding way, showing honor to the woman as the weaker vessel, since they are heirs with you of the grace of life, so that your prayers may not be hindered. Now, there are a lot of things that we can talk about when it comes to being a great husband, but I want to focus in on 5 important things. And the first thing is treat your wife like a queen. It is so simple, and yet so many people.
What does that mean, treat your wife like a queen? A queen still take orders. A queen does not supersede the authority of the king. The queen is just, she takes orders from the king. And the king has a final say on everything. And she does not dare challenge the king. That's the role of a queen. She doesn't challenge the statutory authority of a king. Whatever call he makes, that's it. If he says we're going to war, that's it. If he says, this guy's going to happen, the king makes the final decision. So when you say treat a woman like a queen is a follower of the king. She doesn't, and she's still under him. She doesn't have authority over him. So talking back, if you're a queen talking back, you get rid of her. Immediately, the king would get rid of his queen. Any queen that's in the presence of a king and she attacks his authority, he had to get rid of her and find a new queen. Because it would be, if the queen is disrespectful to the king in front of all his servants, then it makes him look weak as a king. It's the way it goes.
People do not realize this. So many men, that your actions create the reactions from your wife. And you can test it. For example, if you want her to make you coffee in bed, start doing it first. All you gotta do is treat her the way you want her to treat you. If you want more attention from her.
And this is what the women are not doing, right? The more men acquiesce to women, the more women are lackluster performances. The women are not reciprocating, treating the man like she wants to be treated. Man treat her really well. She thinks she deserves that, and she's entitled to that, and she doesn't really have to do anything back. Women are not returning, the love back for the way the man treats them. And this is why we're having a big war between man and woman, because men want the women to treat them like king, and women want to treat the man like a servant.
But don't give her the attention she needs, what do you think is going to happen? If you want her to make you delicious food sometimes, but you never make food for her or take care of your household chores, then what do you think is going to happen? If you live with her in an understanding way, knowing what she needs, fulfilling it, then the chances are extremely high that she will also fulfill your needs. But the husband is the leader, so you need to act first. I'll say it again. Treat her like a queen, and she will treat you like a king. Wash.
So how does a queen treat a king? Right? Meaning the queen does not overtalk or challenge the authority of the king. She does not share equal power. She does not share equal authority. Right? The queen is to take instructions from the king. So on a dating, and when you're going on a date, how you start is how you finish. If you're showing up, taking her out to dinner, you're treating her like she's the king. Right? The king, when the king back in the day used to get his queen, he would send for her. Every woman he picked, that's my queen. They might have some eye connection, maybe she smiled at him or from a distance or whatever. There's a whole bunch of women smile at him, but he picks one. He doesn't ask her, do you want to be my wife? Will you marry me? None of that. He says, that's my queen. That's my wife right there. And that's how a king is able to do things. He doesn't ask people. He barks orders. Kings bark orders. We don't ask, oh, can you be my wife, marry me? And she can say yes or no. Kings back in those days didn't do that. So we see how much the power has shifted. How now the man has to get on one knee or get a ring and do all these things to get married to a woman. You know, you got a baby, will you marry me? You know, it's like, what are we doing here? So once you do that, you automatically are in a beta role. You're automatically in a submissive role. Role.
Wash her feet. When was the last time you actually did something for your wife that she really wanted or would like? Or is marriage for you just about you, a selfish life? The Bible says that the husband is the leader of the home.
Yeah, you got to be selfish. The king has to be selfish. Can't be trying to make everybody happy. That's not the king's job. King's job is to make sure the kingdom runs, in order. He brings law and order. He makes sure the food is distributed correctly. He makes sure any punishment that is handed down, the king makes sure that it's properly done, right? There's a court, there's a system of proven or, found guilty and all that stuff. That's what the king does. He sets out and he sets law and order amongst the land. And he makes sure that the people are supposed to be treated fairly, right? But he does not take orders from people. He doesn't take orders from his queen. It just doesn't happen.
Just like Jesus is the head of the church. What kind of leader was Jesus? He led by example, by serving. He gave his life for the church and he washed the feet of the disciples. John 13 verse 12. When he had washed their feet and put on his outer garments and resumed his place, he said to them, do you understand what I have done to you? You call me teacher and Lord.
Do not submit to your wife in a way of authority. That is just all bad. You just know where you're going to win. There's just no way you can win by trying to make your wife happy all the time. Then you're switching roles. And if you switch roles with your wife, then she becomes your husband. And that's just how that goes. You got to maintain authority throughout your relationship and marriage. You got to. You cannot, you cannot be trying to live too much to please. You can't overly, excessively please your partner, because then she's going to take advantage of you. You got to have a healthy balance of no and yes. You can't be overly nice. But at the end of the day, everybody use everybody in this world. Everybody use everybody. Women use men. Men use women. Women use men more. But we both use each other, for legacy. Men use for legacy and sex and companionship. Women the same thing. Plus, they want money, and stuff like that. So women just cost more, right? They cost more. Women are charging prices to be in a relationship with a man. So that's the difference. That's the one that is the superseding, or that is the difference in what each other's expectations are. So yeah, you get a woman, she's going to use you. She's going to 100% use you. You have to understand that she's there to use you. A woman is not there to cater to you. She's not there to make you happy. She's there to use you for what you can give her. And that's that. Have a good day.